I did want to talk about video games and the Manosphere.
Yeah.
Particularly also video games and kind of woke culture. Like when I first found your channel, actually, it was because I was looking at one of my favorite games ever, The Last of Us,
Yeah.
and
Good
then
game.
also, of course, yeah, I love it. And then The Last of Us 2, and you had one of the first videos I saw, and I think it's how I found your channel actually.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I thought you were just a video game channel. Like I didn't
Mm.
realize you did much wider commentary and reporting and stuff.
Mhm.
But I do want to talk about like the video. The manosphere is aware that video games, like Hollywood, like movies, like the media, is infiltrated by woke stuff and it's being destroyed. And particularly the movies, like really obvious. But
Mhm.
video games are also so there's an awareness of this in our community, but there's also a lot of hostility to like anybody playing games at all. It's always,
Yeah.
especially the trad guys, they just mock it constantly,
Mhm.
and it's like low. To me, it's like catnip for conservatives and these guys who are like the want to be hyper masculine.
Yeah.
But
Video games, man. Go outside and chop some wood.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's just dumb. I've never agreed with it. I'm one of the only guys in our community that's ever said anything about it. I'll post like a Zelda game I get or something, and people like
These
make fun
dudes,
of me. Yeah,
these dudes, by the way, who are saying that they're playing like Candy Crush on their phone. I
yeah, yeah.
guarantee it. I guarantee it. Like, and I know these dudes that are like, man, just read some ancient philosophy instead of playing video games. Yeah, right. You're
take
sitting at home
take an
watching
ice bath.
right. You're watching housewives stuff or garbage trash TV. Come
Yep.
on. Like, yeah, it is disappointing that like tradcon guys are weird about video games because I think that's just stupid. It's like the same people like I hate NFTs, but I'm not so stupid to like not know that this is going to be a huge space and I need to understand it and like so
Yeah.
like if you don't like video games, that's fine. But if you're like actively trying to like disparage them, that's stupid
Yeah.
too because it's an important tool like you mentioned for like in the culture war
Yeah.
that you know it all plays into a lot of the tropes that I talk about is like there's this huge push to emasculate men
Yeah.
in every way. Like they told us for years that guys drinking soy was good and that women didn't like guys who were fit and they tried to sell us the dad bod.
Yep.
Guys with
Yep.
pot bellies are the hottest thing around.
It's
This is
cute. It's
all
cute, man. Be fat. Yeah.
yeah, like these are all like I don't go super tin foil, but in my opinion, much of this is part of a bigger push to like emasculate men, remove like look at our own military. Look at
Yeah.
our military ads versus China's. China's have like a bunch of Chad Chinese guys blowing up stuff and
Yep.
fighter jets, and our guys are like, "Ooh, I'm a member of the LGBTQ community," and
Yep.
yeah, like, bro, who do you want defending your country? Like, The Rock goes all the way to the top. It's in the schools. It's why there's this thing. There is no toxic masculinity. There is only masculinity, and it's very prevalent in the video game community that these beta male and man-hating women end up in positions, and I think they get off on it. I think they get
Yeah.
off on like there is somebody at Last of Us 2, it's like subversion. They're like, oh yeah, everyone loves Joel. Let's have an obvious like chick dude kill him because that'll piss everyone off. Like that's how they think. They
It
don't
wasn't
think like
even just
let's
that though. Like I really tried to play it, even though I knew it was going to be terrible because I hate
Mhm.
all this wood crap. And
Yeah.
The Last of Us One had almost zero of that, right?
Mhm.
Very
Yeah.
maybe like Bill being gay that seemed kind of shoehorned, but that was very minimal, and it
There's
didn't
always some
ruin
of
the
that, and
game.
that never bothers me. Like, when it's
Yeah,
like,
same.
"Okay, here's a token character, fine, whatever." Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. But the way they even characterize Joel before he dies, I didn't even get that far. I played the opening and I just fucking shut it down.
They
And I
destroyed
still,
him.
yeah, he was like
They
a
destroyed
complete
him.
shell before himself.
Well, look what
And
they
it,
did to Luke Skywalker in Star
same.
Wars.
Yep.
Th Oh, all the men love Luke? Let's turn him into a huge coward. Like,
Yep.
on what planet and what world that else in what reality would Luke Skywalker turn into that loser? One where people want to subvert and like, oh, this is oh, millions of young boys looked up to this guy. Let's make him drink titty milk. Like,
Yeah.
there's, in my mind, I'm sure not every case is like this, but I could absolutely see somebody being like, like, let's destroy these male role models. Let's show men that these guys are really just not as cool as they thought they were. And you just see it everywhere.
So you don't think it's necessarily a conspiracy, but it is an interconnected, is what you're saying, and intentional.
Yes, I believe it is absolutely intentional. I
Yeah.
don't go so far as to say like, oh, there's somebody at the top like puppet mastering.
Yeah.
Some people do, and I don't have information to the contrary, so I just let it ride.
Yeah.
But I've interacted with enough of these people who are in charge of things at Marvel, who are in charge of things at Disney, that talk like this. You know what I mean? Like, it's not me just saying this is a feeling. This is me interacting with these weirdos for the past 5-10 years, covering these people, and this is how they talk.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're gonna take this comic book and we're gonna have a fat character, and then we're gonna have we're gonna own the chuds, and we're gonna have a character named Snowflake in Safe Space, like literally. And they got destroyed. Like the book never even came out. But
Well,
whoever wrote that, that was deliberate. That was
is it
deliberately.
is it true that Superman was recently butt poked in prison? Did I understand that
Yes,
correctly?
that's
Yeah.
correct. Yeah. Yeah.
That's really crazy. Like,
Superman. Like,
yeah.
are you kidding me? And also, they turned the new Superman. It's not Clark Kent; it's his son. But hey, he's gay. Buy our comic book. Like,
Wow.
that stuff is so lazy. It's offensive to me.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that he's gay. It's just like, Jesus, are you that? Do you think we're that dumb? And they so yeah, I think that, and in video games too. Like, I think that 99% of the people that work at these video game companies love making video games. They love the game they're making, right? Then they have like 2 or 3 people at top. We see this because the positions, it's a brand new position that didn't exist 10 years ago. These
Yeah.
GDI positions, right? Gender diversity and inclusion positions. All these big
Diversity executive officer. Yeah.
DEI, yeah,
Yeah.
or DEO or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
all these big companies now they have these people.
Yeah.
And it's their job to look at this final product and be like, well, you don't have, and then I think what makes it look shoehorned is then they go back and like, oh crap, I have to make we got to make this character gay now, or we got to make this character less toxic, or this, and like there are people that get off on ruining masculinity. This is undeniable,
Yeah.
but also I do think most like grunts who work at these companies, because I talk to them, like when I rip on Blizzard or I rip on Electronic Arts or whatever, their employees email me and they're like, bro, I like your videos, but come on, man. I'm just a coder. I just, I don't make these decisions to kill Joel. That's like
Yeah.
made by Neil Druckmann exclusively. Like there isn't anybody else at that company that's like, doing that to
There's even employees that protested, right? They left. They
Yep.
resigned over
Yep.
that. Yeah.
So I mean, like, I get it, but like, I think it's a natural progression when these people, when with success comes this like lean to the woke. We see it with Ethan Klein, right? He made a bunch of money. Now he's like a woke idiot. And the
It's a
worst part
YouTube
about it,
it's a YouTuber?
yeah, H3 Productions.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah, like he grew up on edgy humor, and then now he's putting out tweets like, "Oh, I interviewed Jordan Peterson, made all the money from it, millions of views, but he's a gateway to the alt-right." Can you believe somebody said gateway to the alt-right in 2022? Well, Ethan Klein did. And he's like got 2 million Twitter followers. Like, he's a gateway to the alt-right, so I'm going to delete this video I did 2 years ago, and then pause for
Oh,
applause. Like
yeah.
once people get money, they all move to the same place. They all talk to the same people. They no longer have to worry about putting out great products because they just have to be a part of that marketing machine where,
Yeah.
oh, this is a stunning and brave situation now because, uh, you know, Abby, even if you think that they were trying to hint at her being trans, or if you play the game, she's not trans, but like
Uh,
the fact that she's like,
she's like super jacked, right?
yeah, she's ambiguous. Like she's sexually ambiguous. Like There are
Yeah.
angles you're like, this is a dude. And like, by the way, where are you getting roids in a post-apocalyptic world for a woman to maintain that kind of body mass?
Yeah.
Like, but I
30,
mean
what
that,
is it? 30 years into post-apocalypse, right? 30 years
yeah.
later. Not a year
Where's
later, 30.
30? Yeah, where's she getting her andro? You know, like
Yep.
where's she getting her muscle milk? Like a
Yeah.
woman to pack on that much body mass. So like, I know it's just a video game, fine. They're zombies, you know, but like, uh, you know, that kind of stuff is on purpose. Definitely.
Let's pause though, because it's not just, video games and whatever, it's entertainment and stuff. It's more than that, because in my view, it's art, and there's hundreds of millions of dollars just in like one franchise, like The Last of Us. Never
Yeah.
mind the companies backing it, like Sony that own it and Naughty Dog or whatever. It's like this is a serious thing that involves a lot of money and influence for what people are going to be inspired by and what they're going to aspire to, maybe even if it's a video game, right? Joel as a character was very masculine in a like traditional way in game one, is really well done. And then he gets killed by trans Abby steroid chick, and he's
And they also
emasculated and he's a
destroy.
loser.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the important part, is
yeah,
that he didn't die like heroically either.
yeah,
They emasculated him, they destroyed his legacy. That was on purpose.
yeah.
And like,
It felt
uh
vicious just reading about it.
yeah, and they and by the way, it's also going to be an HBO show. And you know what I'd be
Yeah,
willing to bet? I'd be willing to bet that Joel's back to that traditional masculine role. I just have this weird feeling that
yeah,
like Justin, you expect it to be like woke trash. Joel's gonna be good again, and he's gonna be strong and yes, they'll have like the woman with the side shaved cut hair and like whatever, but like when you want to appeal to the masses don't like that crap.
yeah,
Women like strong men like strong men like beautiful women like beautiful women. This is like a marketing. My background's in marketing. This is a actual fact of
yeah,
marketing. Like beautiful people and average people and ugly people all prefer to watch and look at beautiful people.
yeah,
Period. And so it's like when you see commercials on TV and it's like, oh,